how do I watch it on here though? I don't know. Do I go to the channel? Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. It is Monday, and I have a special guest with me today. This is Tabitha.
Hello.
And I'm so excited that she's here with me today. She's actually going to teach me something today. So I'm like on the learning spectrum today. I'm her student. And Tabitha is going to tell us a little bit about her business that she has, but we parallel each other in so many ways in the things that we enjoy doing creatively. And so we've never gotten together before to just kind of share each other's techniques. And today is the first day, and we're so excited. It's been a long time coming. And so I hope you'll enjoy the show. So we're going to eventually learn how to do an ocean pour. And then later, after we break for lunch, we're going to come back to the table, and I'm going to show y'all how I do my process from start to finish for my dirty pour pendants that I make. So I'm looking forward to it. But right now, Tabitha, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have a full-time job as a 911 operator for a city here in the Metroplex, but my passion is art. It has been for a very long time, and I've had several friends that have just encouraged me throughout the years, who have prayed with me, talked to me about pursuing the things that I just really love more than anything, and which is art in several different forms. And so what I did was I started out a few years ago just doing paintings during a time of actually depression.
Yeah.
And Sheila
and a
Perry,
lot of people use art,
yes,
to get themselves through depression.
And that's what it
so
was.
Cool.
That's what it was. A very, very dear friend of mine, Sheila Perry, bought me an art set. She bought me canvas.
Aww.
And she bought me my first set of acrylics and said, "Here you go." And something just grew in my soul.
She did not know what she was doing.
And
did she?
no, she opened a Pandora's box, and I have just found a gift and a love for all things art, and it's just my passion. It's to do things that can bring joy to somebody's life, that can reflect what somebody's feeling at that time, or in honor of celebrating a special day or a remembrance for someone. And so what I hope to do today is just share that with you.
Yay!
And show you what I've learned, because you are the one that kind of got me started with the pours.
Yeah.
And then
that's exciting.
It is. And I went to my first class with Patty back in the
summer.
I think, and I've been looking at things for a little bit, but we do a lot of the same techniques, but we have different styles.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So anyway, today's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. And
I'm looking forward to it. And Tabitha,
a long time coming.
Tabitha and I actually know each other from church. That is where we have a lot of common ground, as we go to the same church, which is in Arlington, Texas. And we love our church, don't we?
Yes, it is the most amazing church. So if you're looking for a church home and you just want to walk in the door and feel like you're home and feel loved and get wrapped up in Jesus, Pleasant View Baptist Church is where to go.
So a cool fact about that, which you probably know, but when I used to live in Florida, my pastor in Florida for many years was Jimmy McNeil. And then he moved to Texas, and I was sad. And I think about a year later, I ended up moving to Texas from Florida. They used to live in Florida, and he was my pastor there.
I did not know that.
And then when I moved here, I got my pastor back. So
that is
his
awesome.
Boys and my daughter and my oldest son, well, my youngest son too, they kind of grew up from Kaylee when she was in second grade.
Oh, wow.
Austin and her were in the same class, went to the same private school, and then they moved away to Texas, and then I followed them just for, not because I was following them, but it just happened that way, that life brought me back to Texas, where my roots are. And so I'm so excited that they're my pastor and wife again. And I love that couple. I love that family. And we go back for many years. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. I can't figure out how to watch this on YouTube to see the comments. So
Let me see if I can.
I think I have to go out of Southern Makes and I have to be myself.
Oh, here we go.
Southern Makes and I have to.
Let me turn that down.
Yeah, and if you can just kind of keep track of comments too.
I can try.
As we go, I'm trying to figure out how do I switch from my private to, or from Southern Makes to my personal one.
I don't know.
Maybe I just need to do, I don't know either. Okay, I'm not going to fool with it. I'll try to keep comments. I've got my laptop set right here. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to move it just so that Tabitha and I can both see it. And if you're live with us watching, and if you can hear really well, give us a thumbs up or make a comment and let us know. So that way we can tell if the volume is good. We don't have the ring light on today, so I think we've got enough natural light where we will be okay.
We will. Oh, goodness.
Okay, do we need risers for this?
Yes.
All right.
Do you use push pins or? Oh, I bought some.
I use these adorable, what are they called? Mason jar lids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that on something and
They're
I stole the
awesome.
idea.
Yeah. And I like to turn them upside down just because the mason jar lid has ridges on the top and it's not always level. So I like to turn them upside down so they're completely level. We've already sanded our wood. And so now I'm going to let Tabitha take it away and tell me exactly what I need to do.
Well, I don't mix this technically as you do.
I
kind of just mix by consistency.
Yeah.
So I know you said you had some paints. I didn't know what you had.
I have a whole shelf of paints right here behind me.
All right.
So do we need to pick colors then?
I brought some of the blues. So if you have some white base or some Floetrol.
Yep.
And this, guys, this is what we're going to do. It's something similar to this. This is an ocean pour that I did the other day.
Isn't that gorgeous? Hold it up closer,
It
like
is.
right here maybe. Yeah.
See that?
And then kind of turn it so they can see that there's texture on it.
There
we
you
go.
So this one was done the other day for part of a show that I have coming up, except I think I actually sold this.
Did you?
Yeah, somebody from church was wanting it, so we'll find
gorgeous.
out. But I did a couple of new techniques with this one that I hadn't done before, and then I embellished it with crushed glass. Some of it's sharp.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But
once you epoxy over that, though, will it
it'll
dull it?
Yeah, once the epoxy goes over it, the texture will still be there. The color will get brighter, but it won't be sharp. You'll be able to touch it.
And did you add glitter to this or no?
There is glitter in the sand here.
In the sand. Okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. But no glitter up here.
That's awesome.
And what gave me this idea was I actually bought some German glass. It's our German glitter shards, and I couldn't find what I was looking for again. It was at Hobby Lobby, and they discontinued it.
What was it?
It was.
Because I might be able to. Yeah. I might know a place that sells it.
Okay, so let me find it. So this is what I bought at Hobby Lobby. It's called Ice Resin Glass Glitter, but I haven't, and it's actual glass shards.
So they have the this stuff right here.
Let's see.
It's gold.
Okay. You know what? That one's real close. It's a little bit chunkier, which I found that I like better, actually.
The chunkier, the
better.
And
so then I had ordered this one online, but it's real thick and it's very sharp.
Yeah.
And,
okay. And then, Michael's, they carry this.
Yes. And I really like this too. I just wasn't sure how big the sizes were, but I was in a pinch. And I was running out of mine, and so I had some ideas, and so this is actually the glass I crushed, and it's.
Did y'all hear that? She crushed her own glass.
But for people that might be.
Hey, Fur, are you at work? Hi, Fur. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, it is. So this, I think that they tumble.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that they do because the edges are, I feel it. The edges, I'm sure it gets tumbled.
Okay, so I like this how it's more solid there, and then it's got the fracture.
It has dimension to it. Yeah. So depending on what side the glass falls, you know, if you wanted to really get picky and just do one piece at a time and place them,
absolutely,
you would have that dimension.
And see, that's what I was looking for with this. So that is perfect.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is beautiful.
This I found at wait a minute. I don't think I found this at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. You know where I found this? I think I got this at Dollar General.
Did you really?
Yep.
No way.
Yes, I did. Yes, where they have the I can see the aisle right now, and it's got this, the glass marbles.
I'm gonna have to go check that out because those are two of my favorite colors in the entire world.
I'll take you to the one on our way to lunch today. It's right there at the end of my street. I think that's where I got this from. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. That is awesome.
I wish it had the name of the company.
We could probably Google who sells that.
Distributed by. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that at Dollar General.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is probably much safer way than what I have had a 5-pound sledgehammer. Yes.
White paint.
I have some extra.
Do you need me to pick other? Well, I've got plenty more.
Okay.
There's some in here
Either
still.
Or.
I even have this pearl, which I've been dying to use this because it has like an iridescent.
Well, okay, so this actually has some pearl mixed in here on the white.
So this
one.
Full.
So let's just use this and put just a quick base on it. So we've got the pour, which is what Patty taught me.
Do you know why we do that? I covered this in our last live video. And trust me, y'all, I am a Mod Podge of all the dirty pours that are out there on YouTube. One of my most favorite, actually there's several of them. Some of my favorites to follow are Artist Till Death, Gina DeLuca.
I follow Gina DeLuca.
Yep. There's another one. She's got blonde hair out of Australia.
No, I'll have to.
I can't remember her name.
I follow Gina DeLuca, and then there's there's one that's called. Let me see if I can find it. It's just a strictly pour site.
I don't know if there's enough in this one. Let's see.
Let's see what I've got.
Well, so back to the reason why I do this, and I've learned this from watching numerous how-to videos by these people that are so talented, and they share, their techniques with the public through YouTube, and some of them through Facebook. And I'm going to try to get the last bit out of this. I can get rid of this bottle. And one of the things that I learned, and I don't know who to give the credit to. It might have been Artist Till Death. I don't know. But I'm being stubborn. I'm trying to get the very last bit out of this bottle so I can throw the bottle away. Anyways, the reason that we put the paint on the wood before we do the pour is because wood is porous. So if you put it under a microscope, you see all these little dips and valleys. And so we have to kind of seal that because it's porous. It allows air to come in, but it also allows air to escape.
Right.
And so I learned through one of the people that I follow, I can't remember who it was. I'm sure they've all discussed it though, and that's why we put the paint. It's best if you can use flat paint. And if you can't, just regular acrylic paint will work. Do you think that's enough?
I don't know.
I want to get it all out.
I feel like you're going to need a little bit more.
I think I probably will
too.
You think I should throw this bottle away now?
I think it's probably a good idea.
Okay, there we go.
Do you have brushes? I didn't bring brushes.
I
made an entire list and
I
did not bring half of what was on my list.
You think that's enough? Let me get brushes. I'm going to have to run right next door into my other room to go get the foam brushes. But while I'm doing that, talk about your where they can find you.
Okay.
What social medias?
Right now, I have 2 pages. I have Just Breathe Designs that is on Facebook And you just type in Just Breathe Designs, and it'll pull a picture up that, let me find it. It's got a, if it will let me show you guys. This is going to be the profile picture that's on there. This is a painting that I did several years ago for my daughter. It seems to be everybody's favorite painting that I did. And it's just a mixed media of watercolor and acrylics that she asked me to do. And it's probably the only painting that I've ever named, and it's called Hope. It was just during a
That's cool.
Difficult time for us both. And she asked for it, and it's been framed, and right now it's in my dining room, and she wants it back, but she hasn't gotten it back. I kind of borrowed it and kept it. But I've got a Just Breathe Designs on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram, although it's not as active as it should be. And I've got an Etsy page that is Just Breathe by Tabitha. And I've got links to all of those on my Facebook page as well as my personal page for those of you that know me personally. And it shows, the Facebook page tends to have just things that I'm working on, just different experiments or pieces that I've done. The Etsy page is actually what's for sale. And then I just always try to share some of that on my personal page as well. But my dream is to be able to someday walk away from my job and do this full time. And then I feel like social media will be a little bit more updated.
Oh, but yeah. It's a process.
It's a little bit hard right now.
It is a process. Life happens too. You still have your, obligations to your family and stuff. Right. And so we do this in between all of that. And it just takes time to do everything. Both Tabitha and I are both a one-girl operation. We don't have a social media department. We don't have a marketing department. We don't have, all those special departments, shipping department or anything like that. We do it all ourselves in between life. And it's fun. I enjoy it. It's very relaxing. And I've got gloves too. I know we're going to need those.
Okay.
So it's very relaxing for us, but we enjoy it. I wish I had a social media person, and I wish I had a shipping department. But for right now, it's just us, one girl operation. She does it all for her business, and I do it all for my business. And we have fun, and I'm just so excited that we're here together sharing our techniques. So
absolutely. We've been talking about this
fun. I know. We have been.
I feel like it's been a year.
We have been. Okay, so Fur. I didn't make it in today not feeling well. Oh, Fur, I'm so glad that we can comfort you while you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better, though. Yeah. If that was the case, Fur, it's so funny because I almost told you last night when we were on Facebook, or maybe it was the night before, that, oh, come on, just call in sick, play hooky. Oh, no. I wish I would have said that now. But anyways, I hope you feel better, Fur. Okay, so what's our next step?
Okay, now we just need to go ahead and pick our colors. If you want it to be like this, I've brought everything to do these. But some ocean colors, or I tend to lean more towards turquoise or aquamarine because those are my favorites. Yeah. But I did one the other day that was deeper colors. It was like a darker blue with a green, a little bit darker browns. So however you want to mix it. Okay. And I've got all the paints that I used for both of them.
Have you ever used a metallic paint when doing this?
Yes, on the green one I did, and then I use this a lot. It's the Deco Art Aquamarine, but it's the metallic.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm okay if I pick a metallic.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me see what I got going over here. I have the Peacock Pearl.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And no, can't do that one. And I wonder if this color shift is too close.
I don't think so.
Does it need to have more contrast?
So what I
Because
found,
I really like the color.
right. So what I have done is hardly any two pieces of mine have the same colors. But I have found with the oceans is we only want to have two colors.
Okay.
So
you mean two
shades,
watercolor?
2 shades, yes, for the water. So it's hard to see here,
but
there's a more green and then a turquoise. So because what we're going to do is we're going to mix a white and then the 2 shades of whatever water you want to use, and then we'll do the same here. We'll do a white with the 2 shades of brown.
Okay.
If anything else, and it tends to get muddy.
Yep.
And you get a lot of cells that you maybe don't want for an ocean piece.
I just don't want them to be
Right.
so close together.
So what I did, oh no. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Let's say if you forgot something, I'm sure I have it.
Okay.
What about these two? Is that, no, that's not ocean. That's too dark.
So for my blue, I mixed this, I don't even know how to say it. It's this, yeah.
Acrylic?
These are, yeah. These
oh
are,
my gosh, I don't know how to say that either.
It's,
I can't even say it.
I can't. It's one of my favorite colors to paint with.
I can't say that word.
Did anybody see that?
Look at this word. I'm going to point to it. Tell me when I'm close enough.
I feel like you are. Yeah.
That big long word right there is the color. So that's the color she's using.
And they have this in a blue and a green, and they mix them rich and beautiful.
Yeah.
And so if you want true colors, these are amazing. And these are what I actually use on my regular paintings.
That's the Master's Touch.
So
is that what you're saying? You use the brand Master's Touch?
Yes, on my regular, when I'm actually doing a regular painting.
What about
and not
these
just
two?
a pour. I feel like they'll be okay.
Are you sure you have hesitation?
I think they're going to look a lot like this. So there's not going to be a big contrast.
So I need to get it. What about a blue?
But that's okay. So that's what I did on this. Was I mixed this blue with a little bit of this. It's permanent blue light.
Mm-hmm.
For her that's looking.
Yeah.
I mixed these two, and then the green was this one and this one. So yeah, I feel like you can do that and just play with it. Just when we're mixing it, just put a little bit in there.
Can you put like a white or even a softer blue in there to get it?
You can.
Down?
Now this kind of blue
Like
is gonna. Now these have a kind of like a gray.
Yeah,
shade,
yeah.
Show to them. So when you mix them, they won't be as vibrant. They're not going to be as bright in the water is what I found out. But but also know we're going to mix the white in there, so it'll change it a little bit anyway. It's going to lighten it up.
So I'll pick those two blues then.
So,
and then we need white, which we already have.
we have white, and then I brought the browns. Okay.
All right.
You know what I did not do? I did not bring my Floetrol.
Oh, I've got it. I've got Floetrol.
So I will owe you Floetrol.
No, you
when
don't
get to church, because I've got tons of it.
You don't owe me.
But
I have more. If we need more, I've got a big old gallon up there.
Okay. And you have little cups. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Nope. I've got those too right here. Girl, I am prepared. I don't know what size you want to use. These are the sizes that I thought we were going to use, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so what I do is I would just get 5 for here. 1, 2, 3, 5.
I got more.
2 for the blues, 2 for the sand, and then we can just remix the white if we need to.
Okay, let me scoot this way a little bit to give you some room.
And
all right, I'm gonna have to just put gloves on because I will be wiping myself every.
I really feel like I'm going to be wearing a lot of this.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we need 5. You said?
Yes.
Okay, there's my 5.
And then we'll pour into the bigger one when we. And I think for this size, You don't need a lot, just a couple tablespoons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would go
Booger in there.
booger.
So just maybe to about right there.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Just a good time.
Okay.
And I know you. The
I
other
don't
night
measure.
you were talking about 2 parts and 1 part, and really, I guess this goes back to when we were talking about having different styles.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on what I'm trying to do. If I'm doing a cross, that's just a straight. Oops. See, I told you I'm going to wear it. A straight pour cross.
Are you getting boogers? Because look, I've got this strainer that if you can hold it while you're pouring, it won't catch the boogers. Okay. I usually put that potato bag over my Floetrol, but I haven't. Look, this.
You just have to shake the fire out of it.
Yeah.
To not get Floetrol boogers.
Actually, you know what? Here, let's do this.
Okay.
I'm going to cut it, and I've got a rubber band we can put it.
All right. Yeah, mine is in the garage, and I have to warm it.
You got to be careful about shaking it, though, because then you get a lot of air bubbles in there. I mean, I know you can use your heat gun to pop them in your torch. Tabitha uses a torch. My husband is thankful that I don't, because I would burn our house down. Yeah. We would be calling Geico insurance all the time. For sure. For reals. Okay. So this is just from a potato bag. The thing that, the bag that potatoes come in, and you just cut a piece and get the rubber band.
That's a good little trick.
And just twist it on there. And the cap will still go on there. And it catches the boogers.
What a great idea.
Right? It catches them.
Well, I quit buying this by the gallon because I found that the gallon had more.
Oh.
So there's a little one there, but I think it'll be okay. And so I'm going to do one that's a lot for the white.
Mm-hmm. So I pour more into the white cup?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
And so I mix the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So on the blues and on the water and on the sand, they're going to be a little bit thinner, and then I'll make the white thicker because I don't want it to mix in as much. I want it to be accents here, and if it's the same consistency as the others, it'll blend more.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta fill this thing up again.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I just use this size because the gallon one's too heavy.
Right.
So like that for my regular colors.
And actually, you can have one that's a little bit less. What I do for the darker browns, because if you get too much, then it just tends to not look like a beach.
So is that okay?
I think so.
And then the rest of them need to be.
I think that'll work for this
one. Here by the white.
And I brought a pearl. Oh, here we go. No, I brought the wrong one.
You want to use my pearl?
Maybe I didn't. Let me look. We drove down to see Lauren get baptized last night.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And I was going to pack everything up before we left, but I had planned on, I had a plan to stop by the store and get all the supplies I needed for today. And
that's almost too much, isn't it?
For the white?
Well, no, white is going to be this cup right here. I haven't done
you could just add it to the white one.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I had everything written down and organized and ready to go, and somehow managed to leave my wallet at home.
Oh, no.
And so
you don't get stalked.
No, that was yesterday, and then we had to leave. We had to leave right away, and then it was driving to Houston and back, and just getting back late.
Are those levels okay? This is my
so.
Brown, and this is my white.
I think so.
Okay,
I think this will be good because we can always add more. And I surely did. I picked up the wrong one.
Well, do you want to use this pearl?
Yeah. So
I put one glove on. What good is that going to do me?
That's all I put on.
Just not paying attention. I know we're going to have a bunch of paints out here, and we use similar, so I'm just going to mark mine.
Okay.
There. With my favorite color, nail polish. You'd be surprised what you can find in this dirty, poor room. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, do you have white, or is that your
This
pearl?
is my white down here. Yep.
So
this is my brown.
Okay. So I started with my white mix first, and I just put. How did you measure it before? Like a quarter, a little bit more than a quarter in there, and then I'm gonna add about
maybe like a teaspoon.
I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon of the pearl to mix it in well.
When you say pearl, what do you mean?
Is it the pearly white?
Yep, this is the pearl one.
Yeah, so I did the white, regular white, to give it the color.
Oh, you put regular white in here?
And then I added the pearl to it. So it's just a little bit.
So I can squirt this titanium white in here?
Absolutely.
And how much of that did you say? A quarter?
Okay, so I don't know if you've
this
noticed.
One's thicker.
Those are thicker. So maybe
I shouldn't use it.
A nickel's worth.
Let's see if I have a different white.
I've got this one. If you want to use it.
Or did I use all of that?
I think you did. Use that one.
That little bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to be a quarter size?
Yes.
When we say quarter, we're talking money. Like the size of a quarter. Okay, and then
I just mix, so this is the consistency that I have.
Okay.
If anybody can see that, it's like warm
thick honey. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Honey.
And then how much of the pearl?
Just enough to get a little bit of sparkle.
Okay, that should be good. And
so I found these little things at
those are so cute.
Dollar Tree.
There we go.
And they came in a package like 20.
Score.
So I use them to scoop glitter or to mix paint.
Yeah.
Or to, I have popsicle sticks, and some people save their popsicle sticks. I find
I'll reuse the other end, and then after I've colored that end, then I throw it away.
I find that just trying to shuffle a job and animals and kids and just extracurricular activities. By the time
this warm honey, it looks like warm honey to me.
I feel like it is.
Yeah. Okay. That's usually what I try to go for.
So
depending on the project, I guess.
I usually just throw mine away instead of trying to juggle everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to mix the brown, and this
is the brown the least?
Yes.
A Floetrol that we did? Okay.
Yes. And I've been using this Master's Touch raw umber.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I just do it like this. And maybe, I don't know if you guys can
get the
see,
color.
Maybe that much. Just a little
That's
dollop.
it, yeah, just to give it the color.
Because this one is so thick.
Yeah.
That
I won't tell you what it really looks like in person. I will spare y'all. Fur, are you still with us? Who else is watching? We've got one other watcher, and I'm not sure who it is. This is only my second YouTube live video on my SouthernMakes channel, so I'm excited to grow it.
Absolutely. Okay, so mine is kind of it's kind of dusty looking. It's got a good consistency, but I'm going to add a little bit more brown to it because I don't feel like the color's going to come through good.
Yeah, same here. And if you'll remember to scrape the side of your cups, because the cup will hug a lot of color, and when you start scraping, you'll see a lot of your paint color hiding and hugging the side of the cup. So I always try to go back and forth, almost like you're trying to get something. Because see, look, I didn't even add any more, but now I'm getting dark to come through. So if you scrape the bottom of the cup, because it will hug, it'll hug the side of the cup. See, now I've got chocolate, and mine was your color.
Yeah. Let me see yours again. Yeah, I feel like that's a good color.
Paint will hide. It'll hide on the sides and on the bottom. So I scrape and I stir.
And just for anybody that is learning from this or is trying to go step by step, a lot of these, the cups, the stir stuff you can get online at Amazon really cheap, or Dollar Tree is a beautiful thing for little plastic pieces. Because this can be a very expensive.
Yeah, it can get that way for sure.
Okay, so the actual sand that I use is flesh yellow.
Cool.
And but
is that going to be one of our other cups?
It's going to be just one of the others, and
probably this one then.
A little bit more.
How much did you put in there? Another drip.
Yeah, about like an inch little piece. There you go.
That looks really gross. This looks so bad. It really does. I like this color though.
It's since I don't really paint people, I feel that it's a good color for other things. Okay.
Is your daughter watching?
I don't know. Bug, if you're watching, can you say something? Okay, I just got a post. I thought I shared the link. Patricia Birdwell is looking for it.
Oh.
I told her I shared the link, I think.
Let me see. I gotta take my glove off. I probably should post it then on SouthernMakes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my regular daytimers
aren't
on, and they normally would be.
I thought that I. Okay, Carissa is watching.
Okay.
So yeah, I have.
Tell her to comment.
Okay, bud, go ahead and comment. Patricia found it.
She did.
Okay. So.
Oh wait, I have to actually click on the video, right?
On the one that I.
Okay, so then. Oh, okay. Here's the comments.
Did you find them?
Yep. How do I'm going to try to share it on.
So when I went to yours, like I pulled it up and then it just had a little arrow. And then I just shared it to Facebook.
Oh, this is wanting me to share it to I have to share the link instead.
Yeah, or copy the link and then you can probably paste it onto Facebook. I think.
Nope, it won't let me do that. How do let me see. Oh, copy link. Okay, I see it. And then now I can go.
Okay, Bug says she does not know how to copy on or comment on YouTube. My hairband is coming off.
I think if you, is there a live chat button?
Like on.
I'll show you on my phone. Give me just a second.
This is so funny because I don't have a clue. Okay.
Okay. So, well, I'm going to try to find it right now. Okay, so this is how mine looks right now. All right, so this is the video pulled up, right? And then once I click on the video, there's a button right here called live chat. And then you chat down at the bottom if you're on your phone. So you see that?
Okay, yeah.
So let me show you how I got there.
So
here's the video. I think you can just see, I have the video pulled up and then live chat.
See, I don't think mine gave me that option. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay.
Live chat?
Yes.
And then you comment at the bottom.
Yes. Is yours an iPhone? That's what Bug has.
Droid. Oh, hers might be a little bit different than Fur. Where are you? Okay. So yeah, if you're, well, this wouldn't help because they're already watching if they're watching, but
Right.
for the people on Facebook,
I think they just have to click on it.
yeah. They'll figure it out though. Okay, there. So I've got my face color. Is that good? And you want the consistency more money?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the blues. And so I tend to, like I said, I lean towards the more aqua colors. I like this one a lot. I love, this is ocean green.
Uh-huh.
And I like to mix it with this metallic. And it's just an aquamarine metallic.
So do you do a quarter? Well, this is a different one. So this would probably take a quarter, right?
Yeah. I feel like it will.
That's not
I love that color shift paint. I did a lot of
know.
stuff
They're
around
so
the holidays
cool.
for that.
Yeah.
On crosses.
They're so cool.
So what I'm going to say here is just mix it to
The color that you want.
the color that you want, and then just make sure that there's enough difference in the two colors that they're not going to blend together and look the same, so that you can get some contrast on the actual painting. So when we were in Houston last night, my daughter's father-in-law bought 9 crosses from me. I know.
Wow.
For the holidays, for presents for his friends and family. And I got to meet a couple of the people that got them, and they just absolutely loved them, and it did my heart good.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It was neat to just be able to.
I'm so bad about keeping bottles that have just maybe one drip in there.
Oh, yeah, I'm the same way.
I just need that a little bit darker. Whoops.
And you can use any of these. I think is that the same?
It probably is, yeah.
Bluegrass green.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is giving it a little bit darker tone. That's what I wanted.
Okay, so here's the blue that we cannot pronounce.
Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce that big old long word.
So that's very, very, very blue.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna lighten it up.
Okay, I think I've got this. Excuse me, where I want it. Okay. Warm honey too. Okay. That one's good. Now my blue. I'm gonna play with this navy that I have.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to lighten this a little bit more.
I'm gonna start with just a speck. Ooh. Oh, okay. Hey, that might work.
See? Oh, that's pretty.
That's just a little teeny speck of the size of my pinky is what I dropped in there.
Oh, wow.
My pinky nail. I just hope it's not going to be turned to gray. Maybe a little tiny bit more. This is another way to get just a teeny tiny bit get it off the top and then mix it in there. Smash it on the side of your cup. Spray.
Lots of scraping for sure. This one's a little thick. Do you have a little bit more? You know, I'll just add a little bit of water.
Floetrol? No, here. Is that what you're wanting?
Well, it doesn't matter.
There's still a little bit in there.
Tiny bit. I made that a little bit thicker than I wanted to.
Acrylic paints are made with water. So I always try to be careful not to add too much water because then you're breaking down the color.
You are, absolutely.
So y'all keep that in mind when you're adding water to your paints. If you're working with acrylic paints, they're already made from water. So you're going to break it down the more water you add. Okay.
I think I'm gonna add a little bit more Floetrol to this light green and just make a little bit more green. I want to make sure that we've got enough to mix to cover the board.
Oh, do I have enough? I probably need to add more then.
I would add a little bit more too. It's okay if you have too much paint. I don't like to waste it, but when you don't have enough, then it's just
I agree.
And I've seen a lot of different techniques for painting, for mixing these, and for just what different people are trying to accomplish.
Right.
And
that's the trick. It's what you're trying to accomplish.
And so I know there's other people out there that have done pour art. Some will, like, when you're looking for a lot of cells, you want the silicone. And people have different types of silicone that they like. But I tend to not be a cell person.
I'm cold.
Are you really?
Yeah. Okay. You tend to not be a cell person.
I there's some things that I'll do that for and mix the silicone in, but I have found lately that most of the stuff that I'm leaning towards, I'm not using silicone.
You just like the fluid
and just like the And I think the reason being is I'm usually trying to come up with some kind of design.
Yeah, and you don't want the crazy cells.
Yeah. And so, and it's really funny because it's funny that I do this kind of art now because I always, all my life, shied away from abstract art.
That's funny.
That's what we're doing.
Not anymore.
Okay. Do you have? I thought I could do this with just one glove, but I'm going to need it. When it's held.
Yep.
Get this back. And I'm going to clear this paint out of the way so that they can see.
Oh yeah, we've got all that paint there.
Now we kept these on our own sides, right? Mostly.
Yeah, we did. I marked mine.
Okay.
Wait, did I grab one of yours?
I don't care. It's okay.
No, I didn't.
I did some doubles.
Yeah. That's a good idea to clear them off.
Okay. So
I have a good view, so that's good.
Yay.
Okay, who's with us right now? If you'll comment below where you're watching from or who you are, or do we know you or we don't know you. This is my second live YouTube video for my SouthernMakes business. And I've got Tabitha with me here today. We are both pourers. We both love creating and making, and she is actually teaching me today. So I'm the student today, and we're doing an ocean pour. So I'm excited, and so that's where we are.
Your colors, I love how people can do the exact same thing, but just based on personality or preference, a little bit different.
Yeah.
So hers tend to be a little bit more green and more blue than mine. Go ahead and show them. So. And you know what? This is one of the colors that you used
a
lot when we did the class.
Yeah,
so
I used a lot.
Love that green. But Carissa said she does not have a YouTube channel, so she can't.
Oh, yes, you are right, Carissa. If you don't have a YouTube channel, you can. I mean, if you wanted to, you could create one and just keep it private. You can upload. Like if your phone is getting full of videos that you're taking, that's originally what I opened up a YouTube channel for, was to get the videos off my phone, and I put them on my YouTube channel, and then I made the videos all unlisted, which meant that they were private. Just anyone can't go see it unless I shared that link with that person. So you might want to do that, especially with the baby, if you're getting a lot of videos and it's going to take up all the memory in your phone. That's originally what got me started on YouTube, was just because I needed somewhere else to place my videos and have access to them, but them not be public. And then that's when I discovered, oh, I can use it for my business too. So just because you create a YouTube channel doesn't mean everyone can see your videos. You can make it private, or I think actually what they call it is unlisted. So yeah, I'm sorry you can't comment.
It's okay. She can text me and we'll.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do first is, well, first, do you have the heat gun handy?
Yes.
Okay.
It's right here.
All right.
And it should be able to, with this line
Stretch.
cord, yeah, stretch for both of us. We'll just have to
Good
be
deal.
careful that I hold the cord when you're ready. And then to set it down, we'll stick it on this hot pad.
Okay, good deal. And sometimes we'll use the straws to just, if there's a certain area
to blow.
to mix in.
I have straws.
I will use my Starbucks straw.
I have them in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, I guess I just missed an entire bin of things to pick up when I left my house today.
That's okay. Let me close this drawer and see if they are in. We're on a straw hunt. If not, I can go to my kitchen.
It's okay.
Find one.
We probably won't need them.
I think.
Yeah, because your heat gun, I mean, we can direct it.
I've got a blow dryer too.
Okay.
So we can use that if we need to. I just don't know where my straws are.
It's okay.
Okay. I won't worry about it.
All right. So what we're going to do first is find out where you want the dividing line for your water and for your beach.
So if I wanted to go long ways or
up and down.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm just going to pour like a wave line. And I just kind of let it be whatever.
So is the sand going to be below that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I want mine to go long ways too. So just do a wave line.
Mm-hmm.
Am I needing more than this?
It's really whatever you want. Now, because we can always go back if the colors blend together and you don't like how it's looking. If you don't feel like it's blended enough, you can just always go back and add some more white. And that's where the straw might come in, is if you're going to use it for that, or if you're going to do that.
It's driving me crazy. I don't know where my straws are. They're probably in the next room. Okay.
So I got you a mixed cup. So what I do is, whatever color when you're pouring, whatever color you pour first is what comes out last.
Yep.
So,
I start with color.
I start with the light, and on this,
see how much you're pouring.
I'm just doing
right above the line.
Uh-huh.
These cups come with a ridge, so you went just right above that.
Right here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't have it flat. It's okay.
And what Patty taught me, and what I've learned from all my many art sites that I follow is,
that looks pretty in there.
It's beautiful. Is there are different ways to mix the paint when you're doing a pour.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pour low and you have your cup right above it, then it's going to stay on top and it's not going to mix as much. If you pour up high, then it's going to go down further.
Mm-hmm.
And then also if you drizzle, it'll change the look on how you want things.
Everything matters when you're pouring into this cup. Now, when I'm doing my classes, or if I do a one-on-one class, if it's their very first time pouring, I will tell them that they can either pour, in just the center because they're so nervous, or they can drizzle it around. But everything you do going into the cup will determine how it's going to come out on your surface.
So what I'm going to do here is,
so now we're mixing the colors.
I'm going to add the blue, but I'm just going to go on the edge and just kind of turn the cup as I go, just so that it's going to. I don't want it to sink into the
all the way around turn. There's some what do you call it? Static electricity going on in there, and you could see it moving across to the other side of the cup. Okay,
and that's what's amazing with this, and you see how it just kind of fills the center.
Okay.
So, and then what I do with the white is I actually am going to pour it a little bit high, and I made the white a little bit thicker.
In the center, or do you drizzle?
High in the center. And what it'll do is you'll see it it's kind of hard to see here, but you'll see where it'll start to fill the center, and then it sinks. And it's just going to mix them just a little bit. And
white is your heaviest, one of your heaviest colors. So all the ingredients that they needed for it to be white, it becomes heavier, and that's why it's going to sink.
And then I'm gonna layer a little bit.
Okay. Same way.
The aqua, I'm just gonna do it across the top.
And then your blue.
And then a little bit of blue. And I'm really just coating the top, and we're gonna have to mix more white. And with this white, the white this time, I'm just gonna go around the top. And I'm trying to do it close so that it just kind of floats on top instead of sinking down.
Okay.
And just repeat that a little bit. And of course, anybody, I mean, there's times that I'll alternate the colors, where maybe two sides will be the light and then two sides will be the dark with the white in the center. But I really like how this method has come out lately.
And then white again.
Just a little bit. We may not need to mix more white.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have enough.
I think I will too. Okay. So
is that enough, or do I need to keep going? Oh yeah, your cup is almost full.
More, okay. But I tend to be really messy with it.
The one I might run out of is the blue. And I really want the green to shine through, so that might be a good thing. Almost there.
It's so pretty.
Almost.
Those colors are beautiful.
It's amazing how this is going to come out and look like an oceanscape. I can't wait.
Well, and I found, everything's trial and error. I found that using the silicone, it gives you the cells, so it doesn't look like an ocean.
Yeah.
And if you pour high and everything sinks and blends, then it's all it doesn't look like an ocean. It just looks more like an abstract. I think so.
Okay.
Okay. And so what I do is I just get it as close as I can to one spot, and I do a really fast flip and just leave it
above the white.
On the top half of it.
It doesn't matter where.
No.
Or does it have to be on?
No. I do what's called a flip and drag, or is that what it's called? And I'm just gonna let it sit here for a second and sink, and then when we release it, I'll drag it a little bit this way just to spread it, and then sweep it across, and then. It's okay.
I did it too slow.
I think it'll be fine. Oh my gosh, that is going to be so pretty.
I hope so.
I love those colors. And you can see here how there's some cells that are already coming out.
It's reacting to the Floetrol.
Okay, and so.
But you might lose those because as it stretches, those cells will not be circles anymore. They'll be more of lines.
And that's the beauty about the thing with the ocean is it's going to come out looking like waves.
Yeah.
In this one, in some of the paintings, you don't want to stretch it. You don't want to distort the shape.
Right.
But on this one, I do want to.
Right.
And I want it to kind of be horizontal.
So I still leave it there?
Leave it there. And I just kind of did the same thing here, but I pour most of the flesh color
in first.
And then I'll do the brown, and it's going to be I'll just use a very little bit, like a real thin layer. And not even cover the entire piece. Yeah, kind of let the whole of the flesh color in the middle.
Okay.
And then I'll repeat it the same with the white, just kind of up high so it'll sink a little.
Just in the center.
And really for me, what I do with the brown is I usually end up with more of that left over.
So back again
to the flesh, and this will take almost everything else that I have. And I don't always scrape it with the popsicle sticks at the end, because if there's a place that's hard to cover, then I'll scrape it into the cup at the end and just re-pour it around the corners or something if it doesn't go all the way. And if you have a better way or a better idea, then you're certainly not going to hurt my feelings to share that.
Oh, I'm losing my paint. Now, is this going to go on the bottom so we don't need as much?
Yeah. So I think I have about half of the cup.
Okay.
And I'm not going to flip this one.
Okay. You're going to pour it?
Mm-hmm.
This is my last round.
Yeah, I think we mixed it just right.
Oh, look at those cells.
I know.
Heifers.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take just barely lift it and pull it towards the edges, and then just let it go.
Drag it out. Oh gosh, I don't know.
You can do it.
I'm running out.
I think you'll be all right.
Oh crud.
Just scoop it here.
And I need it to be on the board.
Oh
no!
I think it'll be okay because you still got texture there, and it'll.
But now it changes the design because now it's going in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's gonna be okay.
bummer. Flip or flop.
Oh, I have done that so many more times than I care to
I
admit.
lost all my paint. Yeah, now it's going to totally change.
Do you want to make some more real quick?
I'm going to see if I can get a spatula. I'm going to see how it'll turn out.
Okay.
If I scoop it.
Okay.
Try not to disturb. Oh yeah, this is going to be my flop pour.
Oh, it's still gonna come out beautiful. I have to take my headband keeps trying to slide off of my head.
Okay, so I don't know if this is salvageable
I think it will be.
because I don't have enough to cover unless I'm going to be tilting.
Yeah, we're gonna tilt. Yeah, we're not gonna leave it.
Okay.
I should have been more clear. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
You're
okay.
supposed to read my mind.
I know. That's okay. I think I got all of. Is there enough here to salvage?
Oh, yeah. I feel like there is.
Hers is what to do. Mine's what not to do.
Oh no.
I'm determined though because I want y'all to see that even though you might have error, mistake, whatever, it can still turn out. Okay. So I'm gonna put this out of the way.
Okay.
There.
All right, and then the sand is I just kind of start a little thick at one end, and
You're just filling in.
I just fill it in, and I don't fill it in consistently or in a straight line.
Okay.
Because our ocean's not straight.
Right.
The waves aren't straight. And there's times that I do this that it is the biggest flop, and I have to scrape it and start
That'll be
over.
today. Mine's going to look like a desert. You know, when people get stranded in the desert and they're dreaming of water.
The oasis.
Yeah.
Carissa felt like this looked a lot like a desert when I showed it.
Yeah.
But the colors don't pop on camera as good as they
Oh,
do
yeah.
in
No, they
person
never
either.
do.
So she'll get to see it in person later.
Our pieces never, ever look good on camera. Get my corners.
Okay.
Okay.
And
You might want to move yours because I'm afraid.
be worried about it.
Don't get paint on it though. It's okay. I'm scared I'm gonna touch it accidentally.
It's okay. All right, and then we're just gonna tilt it to stretch that.
How much paint? Okay. Maybe it was too much.
No, I don't feel like you did. If you hold the corners.
I got a lot of brown in this.
Well, once we use the heat gun, then
it'll pop some of
the light will pop. And that's why that's why I don't scrape it. So my beach looks very, very small right now. But once I finish stretching it.
We still have watchers. We have 4 watchers.
Yay.
Oh, this is fun.
Well,
who wants to come do a beach class with me? That's fun.
Well, and what I like about it is when you pour it in the way that we did with the pattern like that, and just letting the white be a little bit wavy.
Yeah.
Once you let this run, it looks a lot like what the ocean does.
Yeah.
Where it's just coming up on shore,
and you can manipulate it to a certain extent if you want your sand to come down. Yeah, you can manipulate it. So
yeah. I'm really thankful that I wore gloves right now.
Right? I gotta stand too.
Yeah.
I am getting cells though.
That's okay. I like, and see, this is why I mix just a little bit of the white in. I don't know if you can.
I'm gonna help it.
Yeah, I may have to help a little bit of mine. I was really conservative with it and having a little bit of trouble stretching. And I made the mistake one time of not coating my board first, and it just sucked in all the paint.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I'm just gonna get the edges with what spilled over on my fingers. Let those blend.
My sand,
See? I love that.
It's really going high. This is a sand cliff.
Well, no, you can.
I'm going to tilt it back towards me. Yeah,
that's what mine did. My sand was way down here. I only had about a half an inch.
Yeah, I've got to help it down here.
Oh, I'm running. I know you said don't worry about the carpet, but I really don't want to make you.
No, I don't. No, really, don't worry about the carpet. It's shag carpet that's getting pulled out. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get that sand to maybe come down a bit. Oh yeah, okay, I can see now.
Yeah. And see, by putting that line in the middle, when you stretch it, it'll overlap a little bit. And once we use the heat gun on it, it's going to look like the foam that comes up onto the beach. And then we
Look at that.
And then see, that is gorgeous.
See what I did, y'all? She's so good. She makes me look so good.
Look at that.
And that was with the flip. That was with the what do you call it?
A flop.
A flop, yeah. And the reason I didn't mix more paint because I was thinking, no, I want them to see that even though you make mistakes, keep going because you never know what's going to turn out. And I mean, I'm really pleased with it, and I didn't think I was going to be.
Absolutely.
And look at that. It looks really pretty.
Yay.
I love it, Tabitha.
I love it too. I kind of like that color better than mine.
Yeah, but you know what? Even when I look at yours, though, I'm like, oh, yeah, dreamy ocean.
So it's just different parts of the world.
Yeah, right?
That's what it is.
Do you paint your sides?
I do.
It just depends on how I feel if I want to paint. Sometimes I like it to look very organic. You know, just let the paint fall off the edge where it wants to. And then there's other times where I'm just like, now I'm going to go ahead and take
I think if it's pieces that I'm doing for show, I may leave it that way. But if it's like a commissioned piece, like a beach scene like this, then what I've started doing is buying cradled wood. Different vendors online.
You can use more gloves if you want to. Don't worry. Yeah,
they're kind of
just take them off in here.
But with the cradled wood, you know, it's a lot deeper sides.
I don't want to go over. I'm too scared. Okay, so now do you want to take the heat gun to it?
Yes. Because we need to, like mine needs to stretch a little bit. It's a little too straight right there.
I will hold the cord.
Okay.
And you knock your stuff out. So hold on just a second. I think mine just has a high and a low.
Okay. I'm gonna practice with it a little bit before, just to feel it. Let's start with low. And what I'm gonna do is just try to spread this out a little bit and just give it a more.
Oh no! Look, I dripped.
That's okay. It'll when you do the gun.
I can spread it out.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to start that.
Yeah. Is it even gonna push? You want to try the blow dryer?
Yeah, I'll use. So okay. What we'll do is I'll use the gun down here.
Or do you want to use your straw?
Yeah.
Use your straw because it's not, and it's gonna end up drying the paint.
Okay.
Before it'll harden it. Is what I'm trying to say. I think you should do the straw.
Okay.
I don't know if mine's
I'm gonna
any
use
thinner.
this one.
Do it. Try tapping it on the tablecloth to get the excess.
Okay, so since we couldn't find the straw, we are using my Starbucks straw. Let's see. This is good for you. Starbucks is good for you. But okay, so
You blow. I'm gonna try this really quick. Yeah, it doesn't have enough pressure.
Yeah, you have to use the blow dryer.
Oh, okay. Let me get the blow dryer and see if that. Oh yeah. The only thing with the straw is sometimes it pushes it too much. You know what I mean? You really have to have a lot of practice. Well, and that's where. Let me see if I even like this. When you're going to use a blow dryer, turn it on for a couple of seconds first because it gets all the fuzzies that have collected in there. No, it's not moving it. That doesn't work either. The only other thing I have is a can of air. I have the, where you clean your desk.
We can cut my straw in half.
No, you know what? I kind of like it like this.
You like it like
that?
Okay.
I almost just don't want to disturb it.
And that's, I mean,
you know
it's really
what I mean?
pretty. You've got really good lines on yours. The way, and like even right here, it looks like the ocean foam.
Yeah. That's really cool. What do y'all think? Fur, what do you think? Are you still with us?
Bug, are you watching?
Oh, tell Carissa she can comment on the Facebook.
Yeah.
If she wanted to. The one where it says that, where it has the link or wherever you linked it.
I made a post. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera down.
So Bug, on my post on my personal page where all it says is eek. I wasn't very clear what we were doing. And it's got the number 2 ocean pour and the picture of me and Patty. Then
tell her comment.
Go ahead and comment there, and you can click on that and watch it as well.
And we'll leave this one up so you can see both comments. I'm gonna bring the camera down.
And I think what I am trying to think if I want to, so this is where a torch for me would come in good. So and it's my own fault, but that's why I use them. Is I would do a torch.
What would the torch do?
I would do the torch here on the edges. And maybe down here, and that would bring out like the white is heavier. So the torch in this area,
I see.
It would bring up the white and make it look more like foam. Yeah. And then like right here where you can see where it's kind of lacy looking.
Right.
Then it would manipulate it and bring it up, and it would do the same here. So if you, and the thing that I found through a lot of trial and error is whatever technique you're trying to do, like especially with this. Or if I'm trying to get a certain look on a cross or whatever, you don't have to torch the whole thing. You don't have to do the heat gun in the whole thing. Like if you see a pattern like right here where it streaks and you kind of like how that looks, well then you can just do that area. And if you see where another color is
I see what
trying
you're
to come
saying,
up,
yeah.
then you can just torch that area and it's going to bring the color up. And then if you think, oh, I don't like how that shape is, or feel like it needs to look more organic, more earthy, then well, you can use a straw or a blow dryer and just manipulate it a little. And
I'm gonna have to get a better. I mean, unless I talk myself into a torch. You know what they were using? I know what they're using. Tattoo artists that use the blow. They're little silver looking things, and you hold it like this, and it sprays paint. But
you're talking about
but air comes out of it. So you don't have to put paint in there, but you use it for the air, and that's what
airbrushing guns.
That's what I've seen other artists use.
And you can, but it's still not going to do the same. There's a reaction with the heat with the torch.
Oh,
it's a complete reaction. That
when we get together again, bring your torch.
I have 2 of them
because I need a lesson on just using a torch. We need to do a lesson on just the torch, because just like epoxy, do you remember when you had fear of epoxy? I had that fear over the torch.
I have a love-hate relationship with epoxy.
Okay, y'all, here's the extreme close-up. So, yeah. Okay. I didn't want to disturb my lines, and I don't have the right tool to even disturb it if I wanted to.
Yours almost looks like a satellite view.
Doesn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Nothing that I did. And then this is Tabitha's, and you can use the straw, you know, where she was blowing right here to get those waves. But she forgot her torch, and so that's what she's used to using, is her torch to manipulate the paint. Maybe the next time we get together, we can show y'all what the difference is when you have the torch and when you use it.
And I'm going to manipulate this a little bit.
Yeah, you can still play with it. You can even swipe on it. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, and I do. Sometimes I just felt like
that looks cool, Tabitha.
It probably could use a swipe in there, just because to me it just feels like the line's too straight. But
from this point of view, it looks like a big crashing wave right here.
All right.
So that looks really cool.
And then the last step
I think you're right. This one looks more satellite view. You're so right about that. But this one looks like a huge wave that just crashed against some rocks or something. And you know what I would do? I would get whatever you used to swiping with. I've used playing cards. I've used wax paper. I've used a wet paper towel, and swipe from the sand down.
Yeah. I generally
because this part right here looks so cool.
I'm not happy with this line.
Yeah.
So if you've got paper towels.
Yes. Do you want it wet it? Okay.
That's what we'll do.
Let me go grab paper towel. Talk more amongst yourselves.
All right. So the technique that we're going to use is what we call a swipe. And basically what it is we mix the white thicker through this area. So with the swipe, it's going to allow us to take some of that thicker paint and then just drag it across the top here. And it'll take that first layer off and then kind of coat over this. And it's going to allow that ocean effect, the foam from the waves to kind of come down. And it'll have to be manipulated a little bit, but that's, again, why we save a little bit of the paint.
So just spray like that way. Don't worry about getting anything wet. I like to use a spray bottle because it gently wets the paper towel.
Okay. And, you know, it's funny you say that. And I've been keeping a cup and I just dip it.
See, you learned something.
Yes. Okay, so what I did was I took a small piece and then I just made it jagged, and this is wet so that it's not going to stick to the paint, but it's just we're going to put it like right here, and then I'm just going to drag it down a little bit. And then that piece is pretty much ruined, so I'm going to do it again over here. And I'm going to bring it a little bit further because the waves don't go in a straight line.
I think that's helping out a lot.
I just was not happy with that little section right there.
Oh, there's the hair.
It's my hair. My hair. That's why I have this head on, and
Keeps your hair.
now, and see, I still have a little bit there, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this white,
I was gonna say you could also
and I'm gonna do this with
make
it,
the line, yeah.
and so I'll drag a little bit of this. I'm gonna make that just a little bit more wet. So I'm gonna drag this part. And then this section, just because it's a really skinny line.
Do you want to blow from this angle?
I think it's okay. I might have waited. Yeah, it's still a little, I'm not super in love with it right there, but it's okay. What I'll do
And
is,
you know what? You got to remember too, you're going to epoxy this. So sand and glass can be used to hide a lot of areas that you may not be happy with.
see, I like that better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna try the heat gun right here and see if it'll make it pop a little bit.
I set it down on my, I was like, oh shoot.
See, it's moving it a little.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get it to pop some of those bubbles. There we go. It's drying it a bit, but I think it's okay. Okay.
Just set it, the metal part on there. Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess now is where a lot of people, when they do the epoxy or the glitter, do it after. But on my ocean things, I've been doing it while it's wet. So I will show you.
See, because I think I prefer to put the epoxy on and then drizzle the glass and the sand where I want it.
Well, the reason I went this way with it, hold on, let me find the other ones, is actually those are the only two colors I want today. Is because I did a glitter a little bit, and I didn't want it to stick right on top. I wanted it to just kind of shift and be covered, just like little pebbles on the beach, how they're not all on top.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then added some of the crushed glass to just
I see what you're saying. Because if you wait till it's dry when you're epoxying, everything's going to be on top.
Right.
So it just depends on the look you're going for. But that's a good point.
Well, and everybody's style is different. Like I told you on your live the other day, I was not a glitter person. So when I did that class with you, and you said, do you want glitter? I was like, oh, no. No.
Did you see how glitter?
But I love it. I have fallen in love with it.
Brings them to life, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you got to peek. Where did I put them? I have Kim. And
is this it?
Yes, that's the llama and her little magnet
next to it,
and then their tiles are right there too.
Oh, these are so cute. She did these the other night with Kim and her daughter Hannah.
They turned out so cute.
Follow the line.
Twist your fingers. And this might be too fine that it's going to sink.
I like that it might do that because this is going to add some texture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people will do a pour, and then when it's dry, they put something over it. You know, like they might paint a silhouette or a landscape or a. I've got some ideas in mind for some Native American stuff that I want to do in the next little bit.
I'm going to scoop some out.
Okay.
Let me just pour some in this cap.
I didn't mean to hog all your.
No, you're okay. There you go.
All of your sand. I kind of feel like,
I'm going to put glitter on this too.
oh yeah, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to add some glass to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm going to put glass on mine.
So, and I brought these little forks for the glass because this is the crushed. Actually, I'm not going to use that. No, I'm just using it.
I can't believe you crushed your own glass.
Okay, so
how did you do that?
Okay, so they say necessity is the mother of invention,
Yep.
and so what had happened was I ran out of glitter. And I didn't intend to use glitter that day. And those that know me know I'm very, very, very impatient. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't want to wait. And I was looking around and saw things that I had and was like, what? Because I'll get just different stuff from the dollar store if I need something to weight something down or.
Yeah.
And so I ran out of glitter, and I didn't have time Amazon was not going to get the glitter that I wanted to me on that day. So I went to the dollar store, and I bought these for $1.
I wanted this. That's what you crushed?
Yes. And so these are tempered, and I had seen on a geode site, where people were trying to find more ways of getting glass that was different textures, or that just because geodes are so expensive to make,
right?
And and I've been thinking about going that direction.
I'm ready to make a geode,
and so they were trying to figure out ways to break marbles or to crush glass, and they were, talking about boiling them and then freezing them instantly to make them shatter. And, my 911 experience told me that is going to result in me with some kind of injury where I end up in the hospital. Mm-hmm. There's no way that I'm going to boil this stuff. And
so you listened to your
gut, and I did not. But I found a 5-pound sledgehammer. Maybe it's a 10-pound sledgehammer. I don't know.
Are y'all hearing this?
And went to the garage and wrapped it up in t-shirt rags that were cut up for cleaning, and just went to town. And it's a really good way to get out some frustration.
Wow.
But
I'll say.
But everything is trial and error. So on the first few ones that I did, it's only good for the t-shirt will only work for a 1 or 2.
Because then it just like disintegrate itself.
It cuts through like when the sledgehammer does, it cuts the t-shirt. And I had like little pieces that were just exploding everywhere.
Did you do it live?
No. So then this morning I just got thick plastic, like a Ziploc baggie, and just put them in there. And you still go through them, but then it contains it, and you can. So funny. And you have to put it the flat side down, and just if you hit it just right on the top of that little rounded part.
I wish you would have done that live.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That would have been very entertaining. Girl, you would be YouTube famous right now. Getting all kind of endorsements.
Angry painter.
Yeah.
No. Okay. But so anyway, and I like that it gives me different sizes and shapes, and it's a lot of texture, and so this one I'm just kind of throwing stuff on there. We're going to see what happens. And then I have the pale blue ones I'm going to go ahead and put in the water. And I really like the texture of the waves, so I don't want to cover them up too much. I'm just going to try to find an area that is maybe a little bit dull, and just add something to it.
Yeah, okay. You convinced me to do it wet before epoxy.
You like it?
Yeah. Because it's acting as glue for these pieces.
And then I feel like it just gives it that texture that's like more three-dimensional, where some of them are coming up and out and
yeah,
bubbles on a wave.
And you can always take a popsicle stick and just gently press them down if they're standing too tall.
Right.
Like they might be standing on top of each other, so you can just gently press them down just a little bit, not too much, because like you said, you're doing it for dimension. Okay, so from here, once we're done, we're going to take a lunch break, and I'm going to show Tabitha the great big city of Lakeside. I think the population is 1,300.
I saw that on the way in. I'm actually looking at some of the houses going, wow, I really wouldn't mind living out here.
Did you go by the lake?
Yes, because I took a wrong turn.
Oh, okay.
And
but did you exit
so I took
Silver Creek to Silver Creek?
Yes.
Okay, good. You came the scenic route then.
Yes. Well, because I came up, the directions said to come 820 north from the east end of town, and that there's always construction there, and it takes forever. So I came all the way around from like the white settlement area.
Right.
And it shaved a lot of time off the drive.
Yeah, you came the best way.
And I try to do this so that it actually complements it and doesn't take away from
overpower
the paint.
Yeah. There's that one little drip that needs some gloss in it, just because I dripped some paint. And then I am going to add glitter to my water. So, and I've got more color glitters if you don't like those colors. Girl, I have a whole library of glitter.
On this one, I'm going to use the powdered part up here and just give it a little bit more, just like a real delicate dimension. And I think I'm gonna buy some of that glass. I think I'm gonna keep.
Well, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop on the way. We have to pass it
because I have found that I really like the
homemade stuff.
Well, no, I like that there's some really fine stuff down in here that I can fill in gaps with, and it's still gonna be sparkly, but just really tiny and fine.
Ooh, try putting glitter in your glass, girlfriend.
Oh, I bet it's well, that's what I have on this cross down here. Yeah. There's glitter underneath of the sand that I ran out of the gold shards. I need to make a pretty good order. I did my taxes and saw how much I spent on art supplies.
Yeah.
A good portion of my income went on supplies. Very good portion.
It's okay. You're getting started.
Yes.
You know, this is the last, 6 months of you just really getting started and establishing yourself. So
absolutely. And that's a
good thing.
Guys, if you're looking at this for a hobby, it's a very expensive hobby. That most definitely worth the therapy that comes with it. And if you're looking to get rich off of it, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not. But again, this is my passion, and this is my goal is to be able to one day quit my job and do this full time, have an online store, offer some classes, do commissioned pieces, and then ultimately be in a place where I can have a storefront or work with someone else.
Wouldn't that be fun?
To offer art therapy.
Yeah. You know what? I've always thought the same thing. I think it would be fun to have a workshop and like you said, offer classes.
Right.
Because I think that this can help. I mean, what's the hormone that releases when
Serotonin.
serotonin. It's just so relaxing.
It is. And there's just, I mean, guys, there's some things that I'm really super passionate about. I've got friends, Sean and Amy Sullivan, who, and I'm name dropping, who are part of a ministry called 823 Ministries, and they work to combat human trafficking, and they work with a lot of kids in the Ukraine. Check out their Facebook page. I think it's called 823 Ministries.
Yeah.
And if you read the statistics on the kids in Eastern Europe, when they come out of foster care, and there's so much here in the United States, but it's a huge passion of mine. And then with those kids coming out of those situations, or even who have been adopted and not adopted from birth, but just that may have emotional problems or struggles. My goal is to be able to just offer a place where they can come and have counselors that work with them pro bono, or just have a place set up where they can meet, and then they can come in and do art and just have art therapy and have a place to just relax. But also for me to have the freedom to be able to set my schedule to do stuff like this, provide a place like that for them, and then to be able to volunteer with my church, with Pleasant View, and do mission trips, or use this work somehow to give back to God, and just be able to contribute to missions. There's or
sharp piece right there. Yeah, there
we go. Be able to contribute to missions, or help do fundraisers for kids to go, or just adults to go on mission trips if I can't go myself.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, most of you that know me most recently, our little ladybug, Salem, was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. And so a lot of my work is going to be
focusing on that.
It's funny, I don't, as a Christian, I don't believe anything is coincidence. I feel like everything happens for a reason.
Right.
I'm going to cover up this little spot. I don't like that spot. And I searched and searched and searched for a name for my DBA, and came up with Just Breathe Designs. I mean, like nothing fit until I listened to a song, and I was just stressed and tired. And the song was like, it said, just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's it. That's it. That is going to be my business name.
Just Breathe Designs.
And so that's what I checked it. I checked it all over the place, all over the United States, to make sure that was not a name that was taken, that I could build on it.
Right.
And had it for about a year or so. I have to fix that. There we go. The slogan for cystic fibrosis is Just Breathe.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that's so cool.
And I did some purple crosses for somebody, and that it was not a color that I liked much at all.
Yeah.
I'm not a purple fan at all. And but for whatever reason, those crosses took off, and then I found out that the color that I was looking at things to do for the ribbons for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and the ribbon color is purple.
Oh,
and so I feel like God is just slowly leading me this direction. And so yes, I get selfish satisfaction from this, but I also want it to be something that it can give back to everybody, and to just and you've inspired me with
thank you.
Your fundraisers, and just the stuff you've done with that.
It's fun. It's fun to give back. I love it. I have not updated my Facebook group, and so those that are watching are going to hear this for the first time. But when I was doing the fundraiser, my sister is a missionary in Mexico City, and I didn't really have money to get her anything for her birthday. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a fundraiser and just help her out that way.
Is that how that started?
That's how it started.
Oh, wow.
And so I called her up and I said, you know, what's something that your church in Mexico City is needing that we can, you know, I can help you raise the funds for. And she right off the bat knew. She's like, we need a new projector because the one that we have is on its last leg and we're having to share it throughout all the departments in the church. And so so I told her, I said, okay, then that's what we'll raise the funds for. So one thing led to another. We got the fundraiser going online. And it wasn't until after Christmas that she told me, she said, Patty, I just wanted to let you know that the projector that the church was using, I had not given them the new one yet because I wanted to wait till Christmas. She said, but the one that they were using broke. And I said, isn't that so cool how God works, that he placed it on my heart to have a fundraiser for her to earn the funds so that we didn't know that there was such a critical need, that it was really on its last leg, you know, of breaking. And so she said, so it came at such a perfect time because it broke and it was not repairable. And so then when she gave it to the church, you know, she told them, you know, the story about how it all came about. And it just kind of all fell into place to be able to help that church in Mexico City. I know. So it was cool. It's so fun to give back. I was thrilled to be able to do it. And I'm so happy that the church was able to use the new projector. So now they have a brand new one, so which is so cool.
That is great.
So, okay, we're at a stopping point. I think I'm hooked on the ocean.
Yay.
On the ocean pores, and I can't wait till this dries. And I can't wait until I can get the epoxy on it to see how it's going to look. Because I did put some glitter on mine, put some glass on there, and some gold flakes down here in the sand. But anyways, I'm excited to get it epoxied. So we're going to go ahead and take a break and take Tabitha to, actually, we're not staying in Lakeside. We're going to go into, what's it called?
Lake Worth?
Lake Worth. Yeah, we're going to go into Lake Worth, and they actually have restaurants there. And we're going to go find a place to eat. We might even go up into Azle. There's a cool burger shop up in Azle. So anyways, we're going to end this live video. And if you want to join us later, we'll probably be on later. We're going to do some pendants, and that won't take as long, the pendants. I'm just going to show from start to finish how I do my dirty pour pendants. So thank you for joining us. And if you're watching it on the playback, make sure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe. And you can also, I think, turn the notifications on so you'll get notified every time that I have a live video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all after lunch. After I hit end. Bye, y'all.